In the heart of Iran, behind black robes, barbed wire, and thick veils of ideology, stands a man whose voice has echoed across battlefields and prayer halls alike. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Supreme Leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran, is not merely a religious figure. He is a political puppeteer, a military overseer, and a revolutionary symbol whose grip on Iran has lasted over 3 decades. But what makes this man so feared by Israel? Why has he become one of the most vilified figures in the eyes of the Jewish state? What drives his obsession with Israel's annihilation? And why do some within the Israeli defense establishment quietly whisper his name among their list of high-value targets? This is the story of Ayatollah Khamenei, a man born in the holy city of Mashhad, claiming the blood of the Prophet Muhammad, risen through revolution, and driven by an apocalyptic worldview that may bring the Middle East to the brink. Ali Hosseini Khamenei was born on July 17, 1939, into a clerical family in Mashhad, one of Iran's holiest cities. His father was a religious scholar, and his family claimed to be Sayyids, direct descendants of the Prophet Muhammad through his daughter Fatima and son-in-law Ali ibn Abi Talib. This claim, whether factual or political, has long been a source of spiritual authority in Shia Islam, where descent from the Prophet enhances religious prestige. In the eyes of the Iranian public, Khamenei's black turban is not just a piece of cloth. It's a banner of divine lineage. But there are skeptics. Genealogical records in Iran are often oral, fragmented, and politicized. While no hard genetic proof has been presented, few dare to openly challenge the claim, fearing accusations of heresy or worse. As a young cleric, Khamenei was quiet but observant. He studied in Qom under prominent scholars and soon gravitated toward the teachings of a rising revolutionary firebrand, Ruhollah Khomeini. The 1960s and 70s were turbulent years in Iran. The Shah of Iran, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, backed by the West, particularly the United States and Israel, ruled with a secular iron fist. Khomeini, along with other clerics, viewed the Shah as an apostate king, one who had sold Iran to foreign powers and desecrated Islam with westernization. Ruhollah Khomeini, exiled to Iraq and later to France, became the voice of a suppressed majority. His cassette sermons, smuggled into Iran, electrified the mosques. Khamenei became one of Khomeini's most loyal students and a key figure in spreading his anti-Shah, anti-Zionist ideology. In 1979, the revolution erupted. The Shah fled. Khomeini returned. The Islamic Republic was born. Khamenei was appointed to several key roles in the new government, including as Tehran's Friday prayer leader and later as president of Iran from 1981 to 1989. He was wounded in a bombing by the MEK, a dissident group, which left his right arm paralyzed, a physical reminder of the violent chaos that shaped the early republic. When Ayatollah Khomeini died in 1989, the Islamic Republic faced an existential vacuum. The Assembly of Experts, in an unprecedented move, elevated Khamenei to supreme leader, despite his lower religious rank as a Hojjatul Islam at the time. The decision was political, not purely theological. To cement his position, clerical allies quickly declared him a marja-e-taqlid, source of emulation, effectively upgrading his rank overnight. Critics saw it as a power grab. Supporters called it divine providence. As supreme leader, Khamenei holds ultimate authority over the military, judiciary, media, and foreign policy. His word is law. Presidents come and go, but Khamenei remains the constant, the overseer of Iran's long arc. To understand Khamenei's stance on Israel, one must understand the ideological fabric of the Islamic Republic. Khomeini had called Israel a cancerous tumor long before his death. Khamenei adopted that rhetoric and evolved it into a comprehensive, theological worldview. In his public addresses, Khamenei refers to Israel as the Zionist regime, denying its legitimacy as a state. He declared in a 2012 speech, "The Zionist regime is a true cancer tumor on this region that should be cut off. and it definitely will be cut off. This isn't mere hyperbole. The Iranian military doctrine under Khamenei includes the development of long-range missiles capable of reaching Tel Aviv. Its Quds force, part of the IRGC, is specifically tasked with foreign operations and support for anti-Israel militias. Khamenei's hostility toward Israel is not merely political. It is steeped in Shia eschatology. In Twelver Shiism, the dominant branch in Iran, Muslims await the return of the Mahdi, the hidden imam who will emerge to establish global justice. Many hardliners believe that confrontation with injustice, particularly Zionism and Western imperialism, is a prerequisite for the Mahdi's return. Thus, Khamenei sees his role not just as a political leader, but as a spiritual general in an end-times battle. Israel, in this view, is not just an enemy nation, but an obstacle to divine destiny. This apocalyptic undertone fuels Iran's foreign policy, particularly its support for Hezbollah, Hamas, and Islamic Jihad, groups whose charters call for the destruction of Israel. Over the decades, Khamenei has built an alliance known as the Axis of Resistance, a network of state and non-state actors unified by opposition to Israel and U.S. influence. At its core are Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas and Islamic Jihad in Gaza, Syrian regime of Bashar al-Assad, Shia militias in Iraq, Houthis in Yemen. These proxies extend Iran's reach and create multiple fronts from which to pressure Israel. Khamenei funds these groups not just with weapons and money, but with ideological support, often quoting Quranic verses and hadiths to justify their cause. Israel's greatest fear is not just Khamenei's rhetoric, it is a nuclear-armed Iran under his command. Despite Khamenei's issuance of a fatwa declaring nuclear weapons haram, forbidden, Israeli intelligence has long believed Iran's nuclear program has military dimensions. The 2021 assassination of nuclear scientist Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, reportedly by Mossad, underscores this belief. In 2018, Netanyahu revealed that Israel had seized Iranian nuclear archives. The documents suggested Iran had pursued weaponization, contradicting its denials. Israel has a long history of targeted killings against those it deems existential threats. From scientists to generals, it has carried out strikes in Iran, Lebanon, and Syria. While there has never been an official Israeli policy targeting heads of state or supreme leaders, some analysts argue that Khamenei could be an exception if he crosses certain lines, such as approving a nuclear strike or enabling a catastrophic proxy war. Israeli journalist Ronen Bergman, in his book Rise and Kill First, quotes a Mossad veteran saying, "If the day comes when we believe that eliminating Khamenei would save millions, it will be considered." But Khamenei is not easy prey. He is surrounded by intense security, rarely appears in public, and is reportedly using body doubles. His inner circle is tight, loyal, and indoctrinated. Inside Iran, Khamenei's image is deteriorating. The youth reject his ideology. Women defy the hijab mandates. Economic collapse, exacerbated by sanctions and corruption, has fueled nationwide protests. In 2022 and 2023, uprisings rocked cities across Iran. Chants of "death to the dictator" were heard in places where once only prayers were allowed. Khamenei responded with brutal crackdowns. Thousands were jailed, dozens killed. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is a figure forged in revolution and hardened by theology. To Iran's hardliners, he is a successor of the Prophet, a wise guardian against Western decadence. To Israel and much of the world, he is a fanatic cloaked in religious authority, pursuing a vision soaked in blood. He may die of old age, he may be assassinated, or he may outlive his enemies and die with a smile. But his legacy, his war against Israel, his dream of a Shia crescent, his vision of a modest utopia, will echo long after his voice falls silent. Whether that legacy brings peace or apocalypse remains to be seen. Thanks for watching.